Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/JUSTNOMIL subreddit, so let's jump into it. My mother-in-law is trying to ruin my life and my marriage. When my husband and I were dating, she seemed nice enough. He is Hispanic, I am white, and my mother is an immigrant. I thought she was very overbearing and obsessive about her son, but I was told by a lot of my friends that it's common with the culture, so I didn't really think anything of it at the time. But it got so much worse when we got engaged. When he told her we were engaged, she took us out to dinner. She was still acting all nice, but it was off. The minute my husband left the table to go to the restroom, she cracked. She asked what I wanted to do with my life. Common, right? I told her I wanted to be a dermatologist. She then said, "My son wants to be in the military, and you want to be a doctor? That will never work. I work in a hospital, and I see doctors getting divorced all the time. You're going to cheat on him, just like every military spouse does. And you're never going to see each other. And I don't want that life for my son. You'd best leave him now, before you get his hopes up." I was seething. You see, his dad was military, and she pretty much ruined his entire life. And I could see she was going to try the same with me. I'm not going to get into that though, because that's an entirely different story. To sum it up, she got him dishonorably discharged on a lie. He is in the process of getting it all reversed because one of the people involved confessed to it being a lie. I kept my mouth shut at first, but she kept going and wouldn't drop it. Eventually, I couldn't hold it in anymore. I told her, "Just because you did all of that doesn't mean I will." She started screaming at me and then saw my husband was coming back to the table, then put on her nice face. He wasn't aware of what happened, and I didn't tell him for quite a while. He was leaving for BMT in a month, and I didn't want to stress him out. Fast forward to when we got married. We didn't have a ceremony, but his mom still showed up. We already had our witnesses for signing stuff. He explicitly told her to not come because we would have a ceremony later. She showed up anyway with his 3 uncles and abuelita, who did not know that we didn't want any family there. We had to limit it to us and our witnesses. We chose to have our closest friends be our witnesses, his best bro, and my college roommate. The officiant said that Mill and Fam couldn't be in the room, and she fought him to the point he just let her and Fam in. She tried to sit between my husband and I, and the officiant drew the line there and literally had to tell her to find another seat. She eventually just moved, but this did not stop her from sitting between us for every single picture my roommate took. 5 days after we got married, he went to BMT. His mom continued to harass me. Fast forward to his graduation, and it got worse. She tried to sit with me for the spouse briefing, and a military guy had to tell her to leave. She tried to come with me to another special spouse thing, and had to be told to leave that as well. She constantly tried to tell me I didn't care throughout the ceremony, and even said she would bet money we won't last a year. This graduation happened the same week as my finals for college. I was tired, I was stressed, and I was graduating the week after. She was making everything awful, but I put on a face for my husband because he was super proud of himself and I didn't want to ruin his graduation. Fast forward to when he got sent to tech school. My parents were pushing me to move out because I was married and stuff. Reasonable. My husband secured base housing for me, and we were going through the moving shindig. He could not help because of tech school. My dad helped a lot and got everything together at his house. My husband had some stuff at his mom's house he wanted, so I scheduled with her to have my dad and I come get his stuff. All during this moving stuff, she kept asking my dad a lot of questions about me and gossiping and stuff. My dad was military as well, and he doesn't have a filter. He told her, "Either get out of my way and shut up, or start packing," among other things. She did not like this. Fast forward to when she came to visit at our base after tech school. She brought abuelita and uncles. The rest of his side of the family was always nice. I can't speak Spanish very well, but I can understand it very well. Whenever I try to speak Spanish, for whatever reason, German comes out instead. I heard her talking garbage about me to Abuelita, about how I took her son away and poisoned him. For whatever reason, grandmothers have always loved me. Abuelita slapped her and told her to essentially get her head out of her ass. I figured maybe this would actually make her stop the nonsense. It did not. She continued to harass me, but it got even worse. She started talking garbage about me to my husband and started calling my workplace. I work at a college in administration. She started calling my work, saying I was violating policies and being rude and all kinds of stuff. This led to a sit down with my boss and the big boss. I also had to have a discussion with HR. I was suspended while they did a bit of an investigation. When they decided that it couldn't have been true, they talked to me again and got my full side of the story. Luckily, they believed me, but that didn't make her stop. However, it still looked really bad because they had to make a report every single time. This could have ruined my career. Fast forward to now. My husband got orders to a new base. We are going overseas. Now she's pretending to be nice, saying stuff like, "Oh, I can't wait to visit you," and all that. My husband is saying that maybe she's getting better. She's not. She gave him wrong advice on what to do, and now we're having to do a lot of stuff last minute that we should have gotten done months ago. Luckily, we're getting it together and it's working out. If we hadn't, it would have ruined his career. I literally have no idea how to get her to leave us alone and be normal, I guess, rather than psychotic. I eventually told him about the conversation in the restaurant, and he wasn't surprised. He asked if that was why I gave up on medical school. It wasn't. I had a lot of medical stuff come up and had a change of career choice. I couldn't have survived the stress, literally. So, yeah, lots of fun. You know, these stories kind of bother me sometimes when the OP is constantly like, my mill did this, my mill did that. Yeah, okay, sure, your mill is awful. But where the hell was your husband during all of this? Mill literally tried to ruin OP's career. That's kind of a big deal, if not illegal. So surely the husband knew about this, and if he didn't, then as far as I'm concerned, the fault lies on OP for just allowing Mill to do these things. It's her husband's mother. If she is not communicating to her husband about all the awful shit that his mother is doing, then it's no one's fault but OP's. I understand that she didn't want to stress him out during finals or whatever, but like, with a marriage comes stress that needs to be laid out and worked through, especially if that stress is being caused by his family member. OP needs to start worrying about her well-being more, because right now it seems like she has her husband on a pedestal and is worried about stressing him out. But if she doesn't stop doing that, her marriage will be interfered with forever, and she will be miserable forever, if it even lasts that long. But anyways, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed that Just No Mail story. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!